Welcome back to Locked In Real Conversations. I'm your host, Unique. And today I have a beautiful topic where we're talking about wearing many hats. So the woman, the strength behind the woman. Okay. Right now I have featuring a salon owner, a veteran, a wife, and a mother, and also an entrepreneur in many aspects of life. And I have Aaliyah Carrington. Hey girl. Hey girl. So welcome to Locked In Real Conversations, where beauty meets healing. I love this conversation today, and I think you were the perfect one to interview. It's something about many women, can relate to like pressure and stuff like that, wearing many hats as an entrepreneur. So it's not like we just get up and do a 9 to 5, we're doing the same routine. Not only are we doing what we call like a 9 to 5, but we're also doing something where we're also have to play many roles. So we're doing inventory, we're paying bills, we're, being wives, mothers, mentors, therapists with our clients, things like that. So I want to dive into that and talk about your struggles and your triumphs as well. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So hi everybody that's watching at home. So my name is Aaliyah. I am the owner and creator of NJ Hair. So I came up with the name NJ Hair because I'm actually from New Jersey, born and raised South Jersey, 856. And I am a Jersey girl like through and through. So I wanted to have something that not only represented myself but represented my roots. And I feel as though being from Jersey, it made me who I am. Grinder, hustler through and through, and again, veteran. I served in the U.S. Air Force as a knowledge operations manager. I also taught at the School of Information Technology. I was a lab teacher for the HVAC program. A lot of people know I never wanted to do hair.
What?
I never wanted to do hair because it was just like growing up. My mom was very strict. She was just like, you're going to go to college, you're going to get this degree, and you're going to make sure that you have your investments account, you're going to make sure that you have life set up for you. So being an entrepreneur was just like, she could not understand it. But from a young age, I knew that's what I wanted to do. Selling t-shirts in school, selling gum, thus and such. I guess that's kind of a little bit about me. 33. And I like to laugh, I like to smile, I'm creative, and I feel as though that's my big all-around bubble about myself.
It is, and you know what, I think a lot of beauty professionals, I don't think that they wanted to do that.
No. They
knew that they had the talent in their hands and, and the creativity in their minds, but it's like, if we have to wait on a person to book with us to sustain income, I don't think that's mostly ideal.
No,
not at all. I mean, you really represent the reality of many women who are balancing careers, family responsibilities, relationships, caregiving, and ultimately your own well-being.
Correct.
So often people see like our successes and the business accomplishments, but what they don't always see is what I want to talk to you about is sacrifices, exhaustion, emotional weight, the resilience required to move forward.
Yes.
I just went on TikTok the other day, and this girl, she said she reached out to a client because her son had just passed away. And they literally put on her post like, okay, would you still be able to do my hair at 11?
Yeah.
And my mouth hit the floor, but then it reminded me of things like that.
You will be surprised how often that happens. And I don't think that people understand really the hardship that goes behind being a cosmetologist, a hairstylist, a business owner, or just being a person in service, period. Because people look at you as just the service person. They don't realize that you're a mother, that you have a whole home to maintain, or that you're just a person that probably struggled to wake up that morning to even make it to the salon. So I feel as though that's what kind of gets missing. They kind of see the glamorous lifestyle of, oh, well, she doesn't have to go to a job. Oh, she can wake up whenever she wants to. Oh, and I get this a lot. Oh, you playing hair all day.
Yeah.
And it's just like, sir.
Playing?
If
I really played. you'd be trying to report me to the board.
Okay, feet hurt, and I don't think people understand that too. Just the hours that go into, again, being a salon owner, being an entrepreneur, being a cosmetologist, hairstylist. That is minimum a 8 to 12 hour day.
Oh, for sure.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum. Especially if you're trying to, one, make your worth for the day and make your rent. And people just see the rent. They don't see the bills, the electric bill, the gas bill, the water bill. And sometimes that equals out to more than the rent.
Yeah.
So it's just, I just think that there's a big disconnect from client to hairstylist. It's just like, we are people too. Because some days I'm like, child, where can I put in my 90-day notice?
Right.
But I love what I do. I don't think that I would do or love anything as much as I love doing hair. But the mental of it is not, the spotlight is not put on it enough. The mindset and the crucial mental health that we go through.
Oh, absolutely. I want to bridge the gap between the clients and our professionals, our beauty professionals, and let them know, we are people too. So just like, I'll just say your grandfather passed away, so did mine. You know what I mean? You go to work every single day to pay your bills, to feed your children, and you come and sit in my chair, and that's what I'm doing to do the same. So today we're going to be discussing what it truly means to balance being a service provider, motherhood, marriage, and purpose and self-care without losing yourself in the process, which I know a lot of us we normally do. We don't even know who we are. We even we just come in our pajamas sometimes or sweats and stuff like that and make you look beautiful, and we feel terrible inside.
Breaking down behind the chair, wiping our own tears while we washing your hair. Yes.
And they won't even notice because they're getting a service and we stay consistent.
Correct.
So, you wear so many hats again, like I said, wife, mother, veteran, salon owner, caregiver. Which role challenged you the most and why?
Ooh, motherhood.
Ooh, elaborate.
Motherhood for sure, because again, not anybody knows this, but my 7-year-old, he's on the spectrum. So from 1 year old to now, that was another job. So a lot of people would be like, oh, he'll grow out of it. Oh, ain't no, we're gonna grow out of it. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, colors, numbers, shape. I'm not going to put a title on my son because that's what people expect. I'm going to make sure that he has his own story to tell, and he's going to be his own story. His own person to be able to live through his own story. And that for sure has definitely been the most challenging, because for the first 4 years, I put myself on hold. At least I feel like that, because again, I have a child that can't even tell me when he's hungry, or have a kid that can't tell me when he's sad. And as a mother, you're like, what did I do wrong? Or was there something that I did wrong along the way to where, okay, now that I'm here. So you start making up these excuses, but then it's just like, okay, we're not gonna do the excuses no more. We're not gonna do the pity party, because the only person that's being affected is this little boy.
Absolutely.
So as much as I can cry, as much as I can do the woe it's me's, the only person that will be affected is that little boy right there. And couldn't even talk at 1. And I remember it was a show we found on YouTube called Squiggle It. And Squiggle It drew letters, and it would be like D for dog, and he would draw a lot of dog, and he would draw a lot of D. And by the time Kent was 2, Kent knew his whole alphabet drawing.
That's beautiful.
Just from me putting him in front of something that was educational. Kent couldn't talk. Okay, we're gonna download something. Since you like the phone, okay, we're gonna download something. So it was a game. It was like falling bubbles, and it was different colors. And it spoke the color, but you had to press the bubble that spoke the right color. Again, couldn't talk. Red, boop, green, boop. So me knowing that, okay, you love to learn. So now we're gonna challenge this, we're gonna take this up a bit. And again, Kent could barely talk. Green, green, B. So again, it's as a parent, I was not leaving my child behind.
Absolutely.
And it's just like now that, again, with him being 7, he can talk, he can read.
Oh, definitely.
He can do math. He has a smart mouth now. But now, where I have now put my business first, I now feel bad for, oh my God, am I missing time with my son? Oh my God, is my son feeling bad that his mom is not around? I'm not able to take you to school every day. Does that make me a bad mom? So those mental challenges are so tough. But then you have to realize at the end of the day, this is what you're doing it for. I'm doing this so my baby can have a trust fund.
Absolutely.
I'm doing this so my baby can go to private school that's $453 a month.
Hello.
Like, oh, okay. So there are certain sacrifices that you just have to do. And unfortunately, being an entrepreneur has been the biggest sacrifice, but the most beneficial that I can see. I did a good job. Not even just we, the community, me, his dad, grandma, grandpa, aunties, uncles, like we did that. So I can sit back and be like, okay, that was the sacrifice.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's a beautiful story because I think in our culture, my daughter's on the spectrum as well, but she's 20 years old, thriving, she's a nurse, things like that. I don't think that we take, being on the spectrum as it's like, oh no, you know what I mean? So we don't want to put in the work, but you showing intention on teaching him and what society would call normal. You know what I mean? And Ken is a beautiful boy. I just seen him walking and getting smart and talking to y'all, and to hear that at 1 and 2, he wasn't speaking, that nothing but God in you and your support system. So that's a beautiful thing, so at this point, what lessons has your child taught you about patience, strength, and unconditional love?
Before you even said patience, I literally was about to say patience. Okay. And so before you even said patience was going to be the first word out of my mouth, was patience, because everything takes time. And I'm even learning that still till this day. My grandmother called me the other day, like, did you watch that Knicks game? I'm like, no. I'm like, I didn't watch it, Mama. She's like, you need to watch it. She was just like, because that's exactly how life is. She was just like, when you think that you're down and out, when you think that you lost it all, she was like, right in the last seconds, God is going to come through. And
that's a word.
That man, and I broke down.
Yes.
Just off of a Knicks game. And when she said it to me, and I had to sit back and just probably these past couple weeks have just again been tough, again with sacrifices, entrepreneurship, all the above. That when she said that, I said, oh yeah, that's a word.
Oh, definitely.
That was a word, because that is the testament. That is the testament right there.
Oh, absolutely. And I felt like I got a word from the Knicks game, just from their series. You know what I mean? You think about all 3 quarters, they're trailing. All 5 games, they're trailing. And I'm like, come on, pick it up. But they're playing a patient game. A fundamental game. Yes. You know what I mean? And then they persevered, and it's almost like the tortoise and the rabbit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
slow and steady wins the race. Slow
and steady, and they kept it with the fundamentals. And then so, congratulations to the Knicks. Not only did you guys persevere through adversity where, again, Spike Lee had been spent over $10 million. $10 million, and he was able to live to see the results. I love that.
Yes, he deserves a ring for that one.
Oh, he does, and they better give him one.
He deserves a ring for that one, but patience.
Oh, for sure.
Patience is the number one thing.
Okay, so let's transition into, what we do here as a beauty professional. Women are often expected to care for everyone else before caring for themselves. So, as I touch on, sometimes we'll be in sweats and a head wrap, and we're, making someone beautiful and transitioning their life. As a salon owner, you and I both own salons. Clients often depend on you, not only for services, but emotional support,
mental health,
and,
oh my God,
and a lot of encouragement. And so how do you continue showing up day to day for your clients when you're dealing with personal challenges on your own?
Honestly, I just love what I do. So if I did not love what I do, I would not be able to show up in the way and form and fashion that I do. Because as soon as I step through these doors, everything just kind of goes. Or even some days, if I'm having a bad day, my clients will let me cry. They'll let me boo-hoo. Because again, I've had a rough couple weeks, and I've literally sat behind a chair. My client has, cause like, come here, just cry. Because again, there has been times where they have came and sat in my chair and have just let it all out.
Yep.
And I think that is the most prideful thing that I do take for with my job. Yes, I do the hair. That's a God-given gift. I can curl hair in my sleep. I can part a head. I can do that in my sleep. But knowing that someone wakes up, chooses to say, I'm going to book with that girl. I'm going to spend 5 to 6 hours in that chair. I'm going to organically show how much I love her. There's no other form of love. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yes.
It doesn't get any better than that. And again, growing up in, a single family home, again, I had my mom, had my dad, but again, not to say I grew up in the hood. No, okay, we're not going to say hood because again, we all got our struggles, the trenches and all that. Okay. So listen, we ain't even going to go there. But again, it's not like I didn't grow up without my mom or without my dad. My mom was the hustler. My mom was the strict person. She kept shit in order. But my dad was the person that's like, no, do what you love. Go on your own pace. Do things how you want to do it. And that even keen balance, again, shaped me to be able to be like, you know what, when I step in these doors, I can now put someone else before myself. So again, if I didn't love what I do, child, I don't know if I make it.
I mean, that's a beautiful thing that you can come and leave your problems at the door. But there's times where we're pouring from an empty cup.
Yes.
And do you feel comfortable taking those days like, I'm sorry, I have to cancel your appointment? Or do you just try to fight through it even though, your cup is totally empty?
I've had that. I've done that a couple times.
Okay.
It's rare, but again, there's days where I'm like, you know what, so much is just going on. I need today to be Aaliyah, to give to Aaliyah, to soak into my own emotions. Because if I am no good to myself right now, I am not going to be any good to you. And some days I cannot put my problems at the door. Some days if I walk through this door, you're going to feel it in your head. You're going to feel it in your body. And that's another thing. We touch people's scalp. So my emotions is going straight to the tip of your nervous system. Yeah. So being cognizant of that too, if I know that I cannot perform, or if I know that whatever is going through me, I don't want to pass off, I'm going to definitely take that time for myself.
And that's respectable. And oftentimes I know that when I have done it, canceled on a client and, just to take that mental health day.
You feel so bad.
I feel so bad. And I still can't even get that other side of the perspective as a client. They'll cancel if their mom dies. They'll cancel if they didn't pay a bill. You know what I mean? So we want to let you guys know, as beauty professionals, we care. And we often think about you
too much.
Too much. There's always, they go, oh, she just does my hair. She doesn't think about me. But I know there's times I'd be like, oh, I wonder how their wedding went.
Yes.
Or I wonder, if her grandbaby is doing well or something. I think about my clients more often than I'm thinking of myself.
They're family.
Yes.
They are truly family.
Absolutely. So behind every strong woman like ourselves is often a story of sacrifice that no one else sees. So with so many responsibilities competing for your attraction, again, your salon, even, your entrepreneurs that are in here that you give a space to allow them to build their own business. How do you make space for yourself to protect your own mental and
I try to take time for myself.
Okay.
Whether it's go get my nails done, whether it's even just after I do a client, just sitting here and just enjoying the quietness here. Or, hey, whether it's going to go get a wax and talking to my wax girl, or going to the Grand Resort every Saturday and have me a lemon drop. Like, one thing I've learned is to have time for myself. And I used to feel bad about it, but I am going to make time for myself, because if you do not make time for yourself, no one else is going to. Mm-hmm. No one else is going to be like, girl, take a day off. Make sure. Nobody's going to do that.
No, not even the clients.
No. Nobody's going to do that.
Yeah.
At all. So I feel like, again, having that time, and I'm learning to be a little selfish. I used to feel so, because I was the biggest people pleaser that you can see. If I felt as though it was going to make you upset, I was not going to do it. But now, oh, you're so okay. That's fine.
You have that right to that emotion.
That's fine, because guess what? I can sleep better at night.
Yep.
I can wake up without anxiety. I can now have the mental clarity to be like, okay, you know what? You made the right or you made the wrong decision. Okay, well, if you made the wrong decision, okay, that's the lesson from it. So, yeah. Self.
Oh, absolutely. So, a lot of times when I was growing up, my parents would say, you know, getting your nails done and your hair done was a luxury. So when did you, as an adult, you know, growing up, navigating through life, when did you realize that it's a necessity?
See, one thing I will say, growing up with Kimberly, my mom went and got her hair done every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I always say it's so funny looking back, like as an adult and looking at my mom now. We are so much alike. And growing up, it was like a battlefield between us. But again, you now grow up and kind of see the other side, and you're like, ooh, I understand. But no, my mom, every 2 weeks she was at the salon getting her hair done, whether she was getting her sew-in, her wet and wavy, getting it tied up, whether she was getting her wrap. She made sure she kept herself together. Every morning she woke up at the same time to make sure that she got herself together, put her makeup on, and was out the house. My mom did not believe in walking out the house with sweatpants, t-shirts. She did not believe in that. Like, if it was a sweatsuit, it was a sweatsuit. Growing up and now being in that luxury or self, I'm going to pick self, because I'm like, okay, I now understand why my mom did it.
Yeah.
Having 3 kids, and again, we're doing this, we're doing that. We vacationing twice a year, activities, gymnastics, dance. And that was her escape. And I get it now. Because if that's all you have to yourself, I'm going to spend my last little quarter doing it.
Oh, absolutely. I rarely didn't know that it changed my emotional feelings when I would get my makeup done. Like, I literally had the worst day starting to come to this interview, and then I went and got my makeup done, and my whole vibe just changed. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm beautiful. And I know that I'm beautiful, you know what I mean? But it was that enhancement from the beauty professional. And then also she was amazing. Like, she was talkative, she explained things, and then she's like, oh, I think this would look good, I think this would look good. And I was like, okay, girl. And then when I put that mirror up to my face, it was like the whole day before then didn't even matter.
It went away.
Didn't even matter. So a lot of people say, oh, I don't need to get my makeup done, oh, I don't need to get my hair done, but it is a necessity.
It's so important.
You know, we're not really depressed, we just need to get beautified.
No, because I had the motto, when you look good, you feel good.
Yep.
When you look good, you feel good. And again, I am 1000% with that motto. And it's just like, again, half the time if you see me, I am in sweatpants and a t-shirt. But in the very few moments, I will look like this, and I feel thebomb.com like this.
Yes. We gonna step.
I feel like all women, whether it's once a week, twice a week, or whether it's once a month, you have to take the time to yourself, because if not, you're gonna drown.
So what would you say to, like, you know, a client? What advice would you give to a client who's feeling overwhelmed, trying to be everything for everyone?
Stop. Ooh. Stop. In the name of love. Stop. Stop. Because again, when you have poured your cup out so much, what do you have left to pour back into yourself?
Rarely nothing.
Rarely nothing. And I had to have somebody say that to me.
Ooh.
Like, hey, I've been doing this, and this. You see the anger, but you don't see how much I poured out. And you kind of like, oop, okay, understandable. And again, if you don't have nothing for yourself, stop. I've come to the point in the age that I am, if a person is not going to do it for me, I'm not doing it for them. Because I used to be like Mrs. Expendable.
Yeah.
Like, can you do my hair at 7:30? Sure, girl. Can you? Nah. No.
So we've covered motherhood, we've covered salon ownership, client, stylist relationship. And a lot of times I see on TikTok, like, you know, being in a relationship with a beauty professional, you might as well forget it.
Yeah.
So, you know, marriage, business ownership, and motherhood could be demanding, you know, individually, let alone all together. You know what I mean? But let's talk about, you know, your relationship, you know, not getting into the details. I'm not TMZ. Yeah, but, you know, how important is it for your spouse to be supportive? And what have you learned about your partnership while balancing family and entrepreneurship?
Partner support is very, very, very important, because there's days where you've worked 10, 12 hours, you come home where you've been yapping and you don't want to say nothing. I don't want to talk. I just need 5 minutes to decompress.
Yes.
So okay, how can I put this? I'm not gonna say being around the block, we're not gonna say that, but kind of dating in the entrepreneurial realm, I feel as though entrepreneurs have to date entrepreneurs.
Like athletes and athletes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because a person that works a 9 to 5 is not going to understand why you're up on your computer at 2 a.m. trying to do inventory or trying to do graphics or shit, even just looking up shit to do because you feel as though that you need to grow your business to the next level.
Yeah.
But in their mind, they're like, well, you have this. What more do you want? But again, a lot, and this is not a downer on 9 to 5ers, because I was that person. Military, that's more than 9 to 5. It's you do this, you do this, you do this when I tell you.
Yeah.
So again, I get it, and sometimes I even say I miss the structure of the military. But with a lot of people that work the 9 to 5, they know that they have a union, or they know that they have a pension, or they know that they have that retirement plan. So they can wake up at 8. They know that their day ends at 5. And again, not saying that it's not hard for them, but they're able to turn it off by 8, 9 o'clock.
Yep.
With entrepreneurship, there is no turning off. And again, having a partner that understands that work is literally 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
That is important. And also having someone that understands days where I don't feel like cooking. Days where you be like, I don't feel like talking. Even days where I don't feel like helping.
Yeah.
Like, because again, if I know that inventory is down and shipment just went up, bills is going up, but clients is going down, I don't want to talk about nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. So it's just having that balance and understanding, and that is a huge factor. And if you do not have a partner that cannot understand that, it's not going to work. It will never work. It will never work.
But at the same time, I hear you. But what if your partner is asking for, okay, I may not want to get no booty tonight, but can we just watch a movie?
I love a good movie.
Okay.
I love a good Netflix and chill night. Because again, 9 times out of 10, when I get off of work, I want to go to the house, turn on my Housewives, or turn on Netflix and watch a movie. I don't want to do anything else. So I am okay with that.
Okay.
But again, it's having someone that understands that too.
Yes.
Because again, it is two sides of the spectrum. Because again, most men, I feel like, look at us like, you playing hair all day.
Yep.
How hard could that be? How tiring could that be? And it's just like, yeah, I'm not slinging concrete around every day, but good Lord.
It's more of emotional and mental strain on you. I mean, just think about it. At a week's time, we could be servicing anywhere between 20, 40, sometimes 50 clients. And we're thinking about, you know, what they're coming in with. And then, so you may have a client that is low vibrations today, and that very next client is high vibrations. And you only have, what, 10, 15 minutes to get yourself on that level. And so when we don't, like you said, when we don't want to talk when we get home, that's because we don't want to tell you about our day, but we do just need that time to decompress and
for ourselves.
Yes, and their presence is a safe space.
Yes.
So, so again, you know, what conversations do you and your man have that have more often their shared responsibilities and emotional support? So now that the business is on the ground and we're getting ready to celebrate 1 year in business for Textured Links, I'm so excited.
That is so crazy.
So you put all your blood, sweat, and tears into this, and it's come out beautiful. How can you lean on your man to be, you know, that stand-up guy for your son, for your son? You know, hey, my girl may need to go get her nails done or something like that. How do you guys balance that out? Like, does he know you enough to be like, okay, this is what she needs when she comes home?
Yeah. Like, I feel we're learning how to deal with each other, if that makes sense. Because he has high emotionals, I have high emotionals, because again, we're both entrepreneurs. So there's days when he's having a bad week, and those are days when I'm having a bad week. And sometimes, come and talk about it, but you have to learn not to bring business home all the time.
Yeah.
Because I hate business conversations. I hate them so bad. When I say I hate them so bad, it gives me anxiety every time, and I'm just like, But again, he is the structure. He is the financial guru. Like, he's very good with numbers. He's very good with money. He's very good. So there's a part of me that is like, okay, where I'm lacking, you definitely pick up 1,000%.
Yes.
So again, it's finding that happy medium. And again, as you go along the way, okay, we have to know when to go on each corners, take space, and then figure out how to come back. And again, it ain't easy, girl.
Definitely.
It ain't easy.
Definitely.
It's not easy by no means necessary. But again, as far as business, that's one thing I will say when it comes to us in business, we do very well. We do very, very, very well. Now, again, the personal, that's much different. But when it comes to the business, we work great together. So again, it's just, like I said, having that partner that just really, really understands.
Yeah, and I think understanding, you know, in the same business makes more sense. There's no way you could date a teacher.
No.
There's just no way, because when they're done, but then almost, you know, it kind of like now, you know, with people being so insecure, you're up at 2 a.m. on your phone, or you guys are on a cruise and a client texting you like, well, you know what, I can't leave this client on red, you know, this, that, and the third. So, you know, we kind of need to like balance, you know, and train, and I'm going to say train our clients to respect the fact that if we're on vacation, we're on vacation, where you don't feel that itch. Oh my goodness, I need to, you know what I mean?
My clients don't give a damn.
They don't. None of them. I love you guys though.
Listen, I love y'all. And it's just like, okay, I love you, but girlfriend. And me, I would purposely just not respond. Like, I'm getting to that point where I'm just gonna look at it and I'm not gonna respond. I'm doing a lot better with that. But before I used to be like, now I'll be like,
I'm at the dinner table. I remember when I got proposed to, I was on my phone answering a call. And they were on their and that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I mean? But I had no idea.
The light of a style. I always say, like,
I got 2 Phones.
One for the plug, and literally, because it's just like I'm up at 7.
Yep.
Probably ain't going to sleep until about 7 that afternoon. People call and I'm going to answer because I'm going to get the money.
Get to it.
I'm going to get the money.
Yeah.
So it's just but it is fast money.
Mm-hmm.
It's fast money. So it's
Guilty, but we're working on it. We're working on it.
So then it's just like sometimes I be like, don't respond, but then I be like, ooh, that's $350 right there.
And I need it.
And
I did it yesterday. I was supposed to be at home Sunday, chilling.
And I need that.
I need that today.
ASAP.
I'm sorry, kids, but I need that.
Yes. Again, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love it here.
I love it here. So let's travel back in time.
Oh, God.
I want you to talk to 16-year-old Aaliyah.
Ooh.
And just imagine, coming out of school, beginning your journey,
Wow.
as a young woman, a mother, a veteran, an entrepreneur. What would you tell her about strength, giving yourself grace, and giving yourself permission?
Look, now you're
to
going to
rest?
make me emotional. Oh, my God. Look, I'm over here like, ooh, don't cry.
Don't cry, girl.
Wow. Whew. That was a 16-year-old self. You know what somebody said to me the other day? Aaliyah, it's not you against the world anymore. And that hit so deep because from that point, I always felt like it was me against the world. It always felt like, okay, nobody understands me. I'm going to figure it out on my own. I'm going to do it on my own. And ain't nobody going to tell me what I can and cannot do.
Yeah.
Even down to, like, I remember I told people I was going into the military. The military, what? And again, I'm the girliest girl ever. And imagine me like, yeah, I'm going to the... But again, just because somebody said, girl, you ain't going to do it. Perfect. Just because I got that little thing in my head that said I wasn't going to do it, now I have to show you. And I realized my motivation came from negativity. It always came from what somebody told me I wouldn't do, couldn't do, or couldn't be.
Yeah.
And it took that person to say, Leah, it's not you against the world anymore. To be like, I'm not 16 anymore. Yeah. And that was just 2 weeks ago. That was literally just 2 weeks ago.
I think I'm in the same boat. I feel like all of my life I've been trying to prove to my family, my friends, the haters, that I am worth a damn. And people beat down my door to book with me. And I've always found myself like, hey, I just have to one up. And now I have all these accolades, awards, streaming all over the place. And I felt like that wasn't good enough. And I think whoever told you that is a blessing. Like the weight off of my shoulders when I realized like I am that girl. You know what I mean?
No, the weight off the world when you literally realize you made it.
Yeah.
You made it. Like, oh my God, I'm getting teary-eyed. Like when, and it's crazy because you never realize when you make it. Because you have this perception of, I'm supposed to be a millionaire, or I'm supposed to be on a yacht, or I'm supposed to be partying it up. But when you think back to that little girl that was scared, vulnerable, insecure, didn't think she would make it out of high school, middle school, and then you be like, God, everything I said I was going, I made it.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago is when it, like, Leah, you made it.
I think Raphael's standing there, and it was a packed house. 50% of the people that showed up prayed on my downfall. And I stood there and I was getting timid and like I normally was, and then it's like girl, you made it. Whatever they have to say, fake applause, fake love.
You made it.
I still made it.
You made it.
Almost killed myself, but I made it.
But you made it. Girl, heavy on almost killed myself. But you made it.
But I made it. And meeting beautiful people like you on my journey, I can't imagine doing it a different way.
Yeah.
Like, you and a couple other people that I met at Raphael's have really turned my life upside down, and in a good way.
Yeah.
And, you know, thank you so much for like being here today. I want to just do one more question.
Okay.
Because we love our babies.
Okay.
What do you hope your child learns from you watching your journey?
That mommy never gave up.
You about to make me cry.
Yep. That I never gave up. That regardless of the days that I didn't want to wake up, the days when I'm like, God, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with this? Being here again, I don't even know if people realize I don't have no family here.
Yeah.
So this is because of Kent. This is Kent. When I see him run through here, it's something that does something to me, because I'm like, damn, I did this for you, little dude.
I absolutely love that for you. Kent, Kason, Ismaya, Isaiah, Imani, we did this for you guys.
Yes.
And the time and the sacrifice you guys will now see. And I know the trips to Disney World and us flying everywhere is a luxury, but this is what we sacrificed our life for.
Yeah.
For you guys. And we love hair, we do. But it's all for you.
Yeah.
So today's
Absolutely.
Conversation, Aaliyah, it just reminds us that strength isn't about carrying everything alone. So I'm glad that you have your support system and your spouse and your child and your friends, your family, and your clients. It's about knowing when to ask for help.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you were able to slow down and ask for help and giving yourself grace.
Yeah.
You know, if you have to cancel on a client, give yourself that grace. It's almost like them canceling a doctor's appointment or canceling, you know, going somewhere because they have to do something else. You know, life is life. And I want you guys to understand that. And it's also about understanding that you deserve the same love,
Yep.
the same consideration, the same passion, that you always feel freely giving it to others on a daily basis.
Yes.
We're selfless. I believe everyone in the beauty industry
Very.
are selfless.
Yes.
You know, when you work a 9 to 5, it's repetitive. And you know at any point in time, just like in the beauty industry, you can be replaced.
Yeah.
So, you know, pat yourself on the back. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And to every woman that's listening who feels overwhelmed by wearing many hats, take some off. Only wear one. And if there's days that you can't wear one hat, that's okay too. And every client wants their beauty professional at their best self, so they can get the best work
results.
And continue to come back. So Aaliyah, thank you for sharing your story, your wisdom, of course, and vulnerability with us. And thank you for tuning in to Locked In Real Conversations, where it's more than hair. It's about healing, confidence, and our community.
I love it here.
So let's take a shot. Oh, no. Okay, yep, let's take a shot.
Okay, so
Don Julio. You pour.
Okay.
You pour. Just be cool.
Okay, look, we're gonna have a modest pour.
A modest, ladylike.
A ladylike pour. Okay, I think that's a ladylike pour.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is that a ladylike pour?
Period.
Yes.
So we want to dedicate this toast to our beauty professionals and our clients and just any women that's tuning in here tonight. We want you to feel seen, feel heard, and we want you to take care of you if no one else is.
Yes.
So cheers to womanhood and more beauty.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Whew.
Woo-woo.
That was a rough one.
I'll see you guys next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.